Dallow, you're on notice, and that comes from the Lord. And so are you, Tony Street, Michael Hoskins, all the rest of you. I've just had a dream confirmed. What I believed it meant, I believe now much more so after having watched these two videos. I had it on the 15th of November. In it, Simon Dallow was driving a new old yellow car. And it was like I would have said 60s car, but when I think about it, I know it must have been 50s, and it was more like those big old American cars, and they actually were yellow. So that was pretty much pre-60, late 50s, early 60s. And in the dream, he was having a lot of difficulty learning to manoeuvre this car, this old car, big old clunky car. So I was pretty sure what it meant, and when I saw him on the news the other night, to his credit, I would have to say he could hardly stifle the yawns. He's so bored with telling the lies that his handlers give him to tell. So praise the Lord, he's probably not going to have to do it much longer, I would say, if my dream and prediction is true. And by going by these reports of this huge asteroid that is coming into close proximity with the Earth, we may be about to have the blackout, which has been predicted also greatly by U2. The U2 lyrics in their latest video, and also their Christmas video. There's another song they put out, and that foretells a huge destruction in New York at Christmas time. And so this may actually be the year, and I know we've all said it before, but that's the whole thing with prophecy. I mean, how much warning would you have wanted to get? We've been trying for so many years, and you've ignored us. Would it have been better if it came true in 2015 or 14? At least this way you can't say we weren't warned. So that was what. Also that night I had it was a really dramatic dream. I thought it was personal, but now as I see that what Simon Dallow's dream may be. Purporting to, I'm thinking maybe the rooster one also might have been the same thing. It was a huge rooster with two bright red crops like wings flew over my fence and killed my rooster and was on top of his carcass and pulling out his throat in only a few seconds. And then there were a couple of his hens, black and white, which I think symbolises the Masons, black and white striped ones, walking around my yard looking to take over. Okay, Paul, that's my stepbrother, had come to stay for the night, and he said, shoot it. I thought of Christine hatching her eggs. That's my chock. I didn't name it Christine, that's my daughter's hen. I'm not that vain. But anyway, I thought of Christine. My actual chock called Christine is sitting on eggs, although she's hatched them now. She's got two baby Christines. I was relieved that I would have a new generation to take over to replace Bob, the rooster who'd been killed. Poor Bob, he was so small he did not stand a chance. So I think put those two together, that's could be saying what they are saying. So I'll get straight on, which is something huge is going to jump our fence and just rip out our throats, rip out, I suppose everything that we have known for so long. And with the lies that we're seeing them tell now, I think it will be a very good thing. So this is Stanley Kubrick's daughter, Vivian, and it's a wonderful interview that she's given at a march, or not, wasn't even a march, it's just a gathering to support the First Amendment, and in which the sheriffs, all the cops were there, and she was manhandled quite significantly. So I'll leave the link with it, and she's an extremely articulate, thoughtful and loving person. I really encourage you to watch the whole thing. But at one point she just describes this what happened when this New Zealand reporter wanted to get a better shot of the what was happening, and Vivian was in her way, and she tried to push her out of the way, and Vivian wasn't being pushed, and and it got a little bit, antsy, and they got into a conversation, or a talk about it, and she said, "I don't want a lunatic in front of me or in frame." You'll hear what she says, and I thought, wow, that's just so New Zealand, the media. I've done several videos. One's called Media, it's Hoskins, Moore, Street, and another one's Media Sluts, named, shamed, but still unrepentant. Over there, extremely malicious persecution of Trump during the election and on election night. So I will play a bit of that, or else just link it, because I really want to make this short. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to go to... I'll show you what is happening here. This is...
a dazzled scientist. And this is where I got my confirmation. Right smack here. I went, yep, this is it. Because you know what they call this thing? U1. That's its official name. 11/2017, U1. And it just clicked with me. U1. U2. U1? Yeah, U2. And it just totally clicked. Now, the connection between it all, to me, it's saying that it has something to do with NASA. Because I know NASA, folks. I'm telling you, I used to do video after video, go back like a year, whatever. Man, they are the gatekeepers. They are the ones. They are the literal deceiver headquarters. In other words, that everything that they're feeding you is either 100% lie, or it's sprinkled with enough truth and magic. And by magic, I mean their formulas, their numbers, and their trajectories. All these things play in. There is plenty of stuff going on up in space, folks. But it's not what NASA tells you it is. Okay? I'll just take this image here for an example.
Okay, so this is what you've really got to understand. And the lyrics of U2's song make it quite clear. They say it's called Blackout lyrics. Dinosaur, wonder why it still walks the earth. Yeah, a meteor promise it's not going to hurt. Yeah, earthquakes always happen when you're in bed, Fred. The house shakes. Maybe it was something I said, Ned. How brilliant. Go easy on me, brother. Go easy on me now. When the lights go out and you throw yourself about in the darkness where you learn to see, when the lights go out, don't ever doubt the light that we can really be. Now that is them totally proving who they worship, and that is Lucifer, the light bearer, and this is the Masonic plan. Statues fall, democracy's flat on its back, Jack. We had it all, and what we had is not coming back, Zach. A big mouth says the people, they don't want to be free for free. A blackout. Is this an extinction event we see? Okay, so there you go. You pretty much got to be pretty blind not to see what all that was about. And it looks like I have lost her, so I'll just go in and get her video. Please bear with me. This is really important. You know, you just got to wake up and get prepared. You know, even if you don't take Jesus into your life, get some water,
it's
get some
provisions. It's the most unique declaration of real spiritual rights. And it is a spiritual thing. I mean, how many of us, you know, have different opinions? But the bottom line is that real independence, freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, with a great regard to helping and being of service, Because I don't think, you know, people should just feel free that they can just go around and clock people on the head and go, yeah, well, I'm free, I'm going to clock people on the head. I have to tell you, I just felt really sad when I saw them turn up. I just thought, really? It's going to come to this? We're talking about the First Amendment? Actually, I want to just say, is there was a New Zealand TV lady that was there yesterday, and I stood behind her with my sign with the First Amendment. She said, "Don't stand there. You know, you're blocking everything." And I said, "Well, I'm just stand back here." And anyway, we got into a little thing over it. And she didn't want me to be in the picture with her. And she said, "Look, I'm not having some lunatic stand behind me with a sign." I said, "Lunatic?" I said, "I'm defending the First Amendment." You know, it's like the assumption that to be out here expressing yourself is an act of lunacy. I would say that's a pretty good indication of how totally distorted reality has become for the people who are supposed to be defending truth. I think the important thing that you've
Isn't she amazing?
is that people have to learn how to confront evil and not to alter it or to lessen it and to somehow, go, well, I'm sure they didn't mean to push you. It's like, well, you need to face, you need to confront and really properly look at what's happening and not try and explain it away or give it justifications or anything, because at this juncture, we still, by our fingernails, have the chance to make a difference and turn this around.
It's hard to shut her up.
To not take part and to just watch.
She's no lunatic.
I mean, it's a little scary, believe me. I was a little scared when those...
And this is a real message for New Zealand, because you have just been beguiled into listening to these talking heads. Simon Dallow, Shallow Simon, Tony Street, you've just got to stop. You've got to turn that TV off. You've got to start looking for the proper channels. Alex Jones, you've got to start looking into yourself, looking to Jesus, because when the lights go out, you're not going to have anything. So I could play you mine. I don't really think it's that necessary. I will link it. Because I just really want you to finish watching this video, believe what I say, and get off the couch and stop letting them brainwash you. What she said about New Zealand is so characteristic of New Zealand, and we are the first in the world to see the sun. So we are the first people. We're the ones where they are trying all their experiments on, their brainwashing, and their MK Ultra. Everything that they're doing is started here, and New Zealand has a much bigger impact than what you could ever imagine. So praise the Lord. Okay, I've done a little children's book, The Oni's Lamb. If you want to buy it for your kids for Christmas, it's a real innocent story, how it used to be in the good old days when people believed in the truth, they helped each other, and if you can just contact me if you would like to buy that for your little kiddie. Totally politically incorrect, I can assure you, but full of truth. So yeah, how am I going for time? Okay, you've probably cut me off now, and that's quite understandable, because I said I didn't need to put this up, but it's just so they were just so blatant in their hatred of Trump that I really want for you to see it, because you won't remember. You just turn it off each night. It's all in your brain, and you've forgotten it. I mean, did you even remember the Power ad that was playing at the same time of this little kid who here it is now. This little kid who was dressed up as Trump. So I'll take this off now. And
But for Donald Trump, it was the last chance to rejuvenate a campaign that's dying a slow, painful death, and his first real opportunity to look less like a 12-year-old and more like a president came when Hillary Clinton accused him of being Vladimir Putin's puppet, so does he rise above?
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president in the United States.
No puppet.
It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians.
It didn't get much better for Donald, and when his answer started veering wildly, Clinton gleefully stepped in.
Well, let me translate that if I can, Chris, because
You can.
check.
He's right. She couldn't translate, but maybe we can. So let's start with an easy one.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody.
What Donald means is women are great, just not those who claim he sexually abused them. They're all liars.
Frankly, those stories have been largely debunked.
Less debunked, more Donald just saying, well, they weren't true, basically.
And I really want to just talk about something slightly different.
Translation, this is getting uncomfortable. Please, can we talk about something different? And eventually they did, moving on to the situation in Syria.
About 3 months ago, I started reading that they want to get the leaves.
This means that 3 months ago, Donald Trump realised he had to know stuff about other countries to be president. But the feeling he got tonight was that he's pretty much given up on that particular threat.
And wait till you see what happens in the coming years. Lots of luck, Hillary.
So surely that's about as close as you get in Trump's speech to I've lost. So if he's thrown in the towel, maybe we should be paying closer attention to what Hillary was saying.
so praise the Lord, the smug little darlings were totally wrong, and so I just want you to know, to see what they've been saying, and stop listening, and it'll be great when we don't have to put up with their lies and have our families filled with them anymore.